The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready.
The fight starts now!
Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this.
Still the undisputed champion of the world.
DAZN Weekend Preview.
Riyadh season is back. Latino night has invaded Saudi Arabia, and we're, as you can see, in Mexico right now. Boulevard World main event, a cracker. Billam-Smith versus Zurdo Ramirez. Make sure you clock in right now.
I'm guessing all you geography buffs out there know exactly where we are and know exactly what that pyramid is as well. We're in Mexico World, here in Boulevard World. It's another Riyadh season and a Riyadh season first as well. This is Latino night, and it's been an incredible week so far. It really has here, because this is going to be something special on Saturday. Let me introduce you to the team once again. The Latin Snake, Sergio Murat, the Dazzler himself, Darren Barker, two world champions, two former world champions in the building as well. This is good, isn't it? I mean, this is all for you, sir. We've done this all for you, Sergio.
Hey, listen, for me, thank you very much. I love it. Look, we got the music with the mariachi, the Mexican tacos, and of course, Chichen Itza, what are the Mayan temples behind us. I love it. Even the folklorico dancers, the beautiful girls with the dancing dresses. I love it, man. This is great. Riyadh brought to Mexico.
Yeah, and I say it's a thirst for everything, because look, I've come to Boulevard World so many times. I didn't even know this place existed. I was like, where are we? We're in Boulevard World. There's so many hidden gems here, Darren.
Incredible, what a place, and it is busy. It's really heated up. The week's been fantastic. It's a special place, and we've got a special show coming your way. I mean, you look at it top to bottom. This is a cracking card with some cracking fights on it.
Yeah, none more so than the cracking main event as well. Two cruiserweight world champions, unification fight. I'm talking Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez versus Chris Billam-Smith, and Chris Mannix was in the middle of the two monsters in the face-off.
I think I'm the most intense fighter in the cruiserweight division. You seen me fight?
I think I have a better footwork. Me, I can dance.
It can only be a firefight.
I think it could be a knockout.
I believe I'm the best cruiserweight in the world.
You've been a cruiserweight for virtually your entire career. He's early in the cruiserweight division. His last fight, he picked up a world title against Arsan Goulamirian, a long-reigning title holder at cruiserweight. What did you think of that fight?
Yeah, really good performance. Goulamirian was someone we were looking at before I won my world title, and knew it was going to be would have been a tough fight. Showed a bit of everything in there, what he needed to. You have got to be tough to get through Goulamirian. So yeah, very good performance.
What have you thought of what you've seen on tape of Chris?
I think he's strong. He's a guy that he can forward all the time. He's reached the distance really, management really well. And I mean, he's been for so long in cruiserweight, and I just think it will be an amazing fight.
So he thinks this is going to be a Mexican fight, which implies a pretty physical fight. Is that the kind of fight you're expecting?
You seen me fight? We always bring excitement, even against people who haven't been as exciting to watch. So I've managed to make the fights exciting. So it can only be, a firefight.
Do you think he's going to be able to fight on the inside with you? Do you think he's going to be as strong as you on fight night?
But I think that night he want to bring everything to the table, and I will be ready for that. And I just hope that he came really prepared for give to a great show for all the fans.
What do you think you do better than Gilberto?
Just the intensity I fight at. Sometimes I haven't had to show it in recent fights. I think I'm the most intense fighter in the cruiserweight division. I think that's definitely one of my strengths. I believe I'm the best cruiserweight in the world, regardless of who that is, whether it's Zurdo or Jai or whoever it may be. I believe I'm the best cruiserweight in the world.
Do you believe you're the best cruiserweight in the world?
But I believe I'm the best cruiserweight, and I respect him because he said that, and I think we're gonna prove who's the best in cruiserweight in that night.
What do you think that you do better than Chris?
I think I have a better footwork. I think he will be prepared for everything, and me too. And I just think it's exciting to be here.
Do you think his footwork is better than yours?
No, personally, but...
Me, I can dance.
Oh, you might be able to dance better than me, but maybe outside the ring, that's for sure. Not much of a dancer outside the ring, but I do a lot of things really well, and some things I maybe haven't been able to show before in previous fights or haven't had to. So, but I do think I'll have to show everything against Zurdo.
The advantages you talked about having in this fight, how do you think you can use them against Gilberto?
Just be me. That's all I have to do. Every fight I need to be me, and sometimes that looks different. As I showed in my last fight, everyone thought, I couldn't do certain things, and I showed that in the last fight. And I'll have to show more again in this fight. I believe Zurdo is the best fighter I've faced so far, but I just keep bringing out more skills that I've got and more tools that I've got.
You're headlining in a Riyadh season card. How does that change the dynamic a little bit? You're both going to be on the road for this particular fight.
As a professional, it'd be my first time fighting outside the UK, but you've seen these Riyadh season cards and who's headlining them and the shows they put on. So for me to be headlining in a unification is fantastic and an honor for me.
You'll be headed over to Riyadh as well, first time for you. How does that make it different for you?
Well, it's not make different because at the end of the day, it's only one ring and just us in the ring, and the referee doesn't count. But I think it could be a knockout, yeah.
I'm going to guess both of you think the other one, one way or the other. Friendly now, but we'll see if it's a little bit different in the ring on November 16th. Guys, good luck.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good to hear there. We don't really hear from Zurdo. I always feel like Zurdo is one of the quietest world champions out there, and Chris had to kind of make sure he said a couple of words. But how was Zurdo thought of in America? I mean, again, former 168-pound champion, obviously had that loss to Dimitri Bivol, now a champion at cruiserweight. What's the mindset about Zurdo?
Listen, around the big cities, LA, and Houston, and Dallas, and Texas, Arizona, Mexican populated areas, he is a big name.
Okay.
Zurdo is the first Mexican champion at 168 pounds. Now he's the first cruiserweight champion Mexican. It's incredible, the history that he's making. So is he a star that everyone knows around the world? No. But in the Mexican community and the Latino community, absolutely.
I will throw you the same question to Chris Billam-Smith. How's Chris Billam-Smith thought of from British fight fans?
Yeah, I think still a work in progress, even as a world champion. We've seen the rate of improvement from Chris Billam-Smith, not just from a technical standpoint, but I think mentally as well. Really starting to believe in himself. His performances of late have been very impressive, I would say. Improving all the time. And look, I still believe that for the two of these, their biggest win is still out there for them. Look, I do still think the jury's out for Zurdo Ramirez. I'm not really buying into the Guillermo fight, the Joe Smith fight. He was beaten convincingly against Bivol. I'm not saying he's not an exceptional fighter, but he's beatable. We've seen that. And Chris Billam-Smith, he believes in himself. He really, truly believes he's got enough Mexican style in himself to overcome Ramirez.
Zurdo's the favourite in this one. You speak to a lot of the boxing public, they are picking Zurdo to win. Are we still underestimating Chris Billam-Smith? We did that against Richard Riatfor, we did it against Lawrence Okoli. Why do we continually underestimate this man?
It's funny you say that because I was starting to think that he wasn't having a chance to beat Zurdo Ramirez because he's slower than Zurdo. I think he has flat feet, and he goes for every punch has mean intentions. That you could see coming, it's telegraphed. But then the more I've seen him fight, he always comes in shape. He's a naturally bigger fighter. Zurdo's always a taller fighter, not in this fight. So it's going to be interesting, especially with the right hand, because that's the one that you need against a southpaw fighter. That's his best punch, is a right hand.
The thing you pointed out there is my main concern for Chris Billam-Smith is the speed. I think that department with feet and hands lie with Ramirez, and that could be the issue. And you've got to remember as well, Chris Billam-Smith, I believe this is only his second southpaw that he's faced as a professional, and Ramirez is a very good southpaw, a crafty southpaw. You like that one, crafty?
I like crafty.
Yeah.
Anytime you get a southpaw that throws a right hook, he's going to be dangerous. That's one of Zurdo Ramirez's best punch. Uppercut, right hook.
Yeah, he's crafty. He's crafty. I think William Zepeda is the best fighter out there that's not fought for a world title yet. I genuinely believe this. Here he is speaking to our very own Claudia Trejos.
Hace 2 años esto parecía un sueño. Hoy, ¿qué significa ser exaltado en una noche importante donde se reconoce el talento latino?
Desde que recuerdo que inicié mi carrera como profesional, uno ha vivido de sueños y todos los días nos hemos levantado temprano, hemos estado trabajando fuerte para ir cumpliendo cada meta. Y pues es algo muy bonito, donde hemos visto que todo el esfuerzo, el sacrificio que hemos hecho, pues ha valido la pena, y a seguir conquistando todas las tierras y hasta no llegar a conquistar el mundo.
Ya vas 31-0, de los cuales 27 de esas victorias han sido por la vía del cloroformo. Se dicen fácil. ¿Cuánta presión sientes tú ahora cuando tienes esta oportunidad global en DAZN en vivo para dejar un buen sabor a la fanaticada, a todos esos que te apoyan y ganar por nocaut?
Pues es una presión, creo que como cualquier otra, pero sí me siento motivado, más que no es como presión, me siento motivado el saber de que voy abriendo camino, voy abriendo brecha para ir conquistando pues a los promotores, a las televisoras, que les guste mi boxeo y que me sigan dando esa oportunidad, que me sigan llamando. ¿Para qué? Para vean al Camarón Zepeda. Entonces me siento muy motivado, estoy trabajando fuerte como siempre lo ha hecho, y creo que esa siempre ha sido la clave.
En este momento, obviamente, volviendo a esa conversación que tuvimos, ya estabas comenzando a subir en las clasificaciones. Ahora estás rankeado el número 1 en la AMB, el CMB, la OMB y la Federación Internacional de Boxeo. O sea que estás ya ahí pisando esa oportunidad de título. ¿Qué hace falta ahora?
Pues ya nada más que nos den el sí los peleadores, que nos den el sí, que acepten el pelear con el retador número 1. Nosotros estamos listos, ya creo que nos hemos ganado esa oportunidad a pulso, hemos demostrado que estamos aptos para poder pelear por un campeonato del mundo. Entonces ya nada más es lo que hace falta, que se concrete la pelea, que acepten los campeones, y pues nosotros muy contentos del que nos dé la oportunidad.
Did I overreact with that statement about Zepeda being the best fighter out there that's not fought for a world title yet?
No.
I can't think of one. Honestly, I was trying to rack my brains. I can't think of a fighter out there. Everyone's had a go, apart from him.
It's nuts. 31 fights, 27 knockouts, no losses. 9 years plus as a professional fighter, and the way that he's dispatching his opponents. Why?
A fighter that throws 1,000 punches a fight, 100 punches a round. He's always going for the knockout, high knockout ratio. I mean, this is what Mexican style is all about, the epitome of Mexican style. And he's a top contender. Why more people are not talking about him beats me.
Yeah, they soon will though, right? I mean, if he gets past Tevin Farmer, which is no easy going. Tevin Farmer experienced himself, former champion at super featherweight, IBF champion. It's Shakur Stevenson, right? That's the carrot that's being dangled in front of Zepeda's face. You get past Tevin Farmer, Shakur Stevenson. Then, I guess the world will start talking about him.
Well, they'll have to start talking about him because, look, everyone thinks this is they're preparing him with a southpaw, a boxer in Tevin Farmer, a former champion. This is going to be a solid former champion test for William Zepeda. How he's going to handle a mover, especially a southpaw coming from the left-handed angle. It's going to be an interesting clash of styles. Everyone favors the aggressor, but don't look past Tevin Farmer.
No.
I love the way he said that to you, like, you, Darren, instead of you specifically.
A lot of fighters are looking past Tevin Farmer because of his age, the fact that he came off a loss already. I am not.
Zepeda late stoppage. But it's a tricky one. It could be a tricky one. But I believe that, going back to the Shakur Stevenson fight, and look, not trying to look past Farmer, if he wins that and he looks very good, we have a potential star in the making. With the way he fights, he's got it all.
So many good divisions in boxing right now. Heavyweight division absolutely stacked. 154 pounds stacked as well. I think one of the deepest divisions in boxing right now is 140 pounds. And you got two guys here, Ramirez and Barboza, who are trying to get back to that level. Ramirez, former unified champion. Let's not forget Josh Taylor put on an incredible performance against him. Barboza's that guy that's upset with the world for not getting these credit and a shot. This is a good matchup, Sergio.
It's an excellent matchup because they've been following each other for years. They have the same manager. They wanted a fight. This is something that Golden Boy finally put together. And Ramirez is a former champion, a former U.S. Olympian. He's been known for a long time. Like you said, he fought for undisputed with Josh Taylor. No shame in losing to Josh Taylor. Barboza has been fiending for these opportunities. He finally has it on the big stage. Now it's time to pass the test against a former champion.
Got to be busy. Got to be busy, Ramirez. Needs to be busier, and I think that's been his hindrance. That's let him down. Someone like him who likes to be aggressive but counter-punching on the front foot, you need that timing, you need that distance, and you get that with ring activity. I like the fight. Barboza, he didn't look good against McComb, let's be honest. You know what I mean? The speed, the movement, the footwork of McComb frustrated him, but he believes in himself. When you look at this stylistically, I think we've got a great fight on our hands.
Who looks good against 6'1" southpaws that come to win? That's what McComb brought to the table. That was just the wrong style matchup. Other than that, I think Barboza has it all.
Yeah, we have another unification fight as well. This one, we're going low in the weight divisions to the minimum weight. Collazo versus Neum Trong. This is WBO and WBA. Good fight, this one. This is basically #1 versus #2 in the division. I'm not quite sure how this is going to play out. Collazo has been the busier of the two, right? You look at the record. Neum Trong's obviously had a little step back, but he's been a WBA champion for nearly 9 years.
Beast.
Yeah.
Beast. I mean, that's remarkable. Remarkable. Nearly 9 years a world champion. Nuts. You know, I was pro 10 years. He's been a world champion nearly as long as I was a professional. But he's an all-action fighter. Collazo won a world title in, I think, in his 7th fight. It's a brilliant fight. It could be the changing of guard, though.
Yeah. What I like as well is that the lower weight classes are getting a lot of love nowadays.
Yeah,
a lot of love. We're starting to get more exposure.
Because they know what they bring to the table. They fight their hearts off. They throw so many punches, always going for the knockout. They have to shine like that because they're not getting eyes on them. Collazo's 3rd fight, he's been very active. Activity is one of the most dangerous things for a fighter, especially a champion. He wanted to get 4 fights in this year. He made a bet with his promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, and Oscar De La Hoya said he'll pay him $1 million if he was able to get 4 fights.
This is free.
This is 3rd.
This is free.
I'm wishing for a 1st-round knockout just for Collazo. Might be able to squeeze another one in there.
Yeah, we want $1 million and we want our percentage as well for doing it. I think potential fight of the night, Oscar Duarte versus Akhmedov. Now this one, yeah, could be just like that. It could go off immediately. And I think it will.
It will, 100%. The first thing that I've got in my notes is who holds center of the ring. They're both beasts when it comes to aggression. They want to be on the front foot. They want to be landing the big bombs. Duarte, for me, we see how good he was doing against Garcia before he was caught. Akhmedov, he's got the amateur pedigree, Olympic bronze medalist. He's been in some tough fights for such a novice, you could still say, as a professional. But this catches fire instantly.
Akhmedov coming in on late notice, so let's not forget that 2 weeks. I mean, I always say stay ready, don't get ready. But 2 weeks notice for someone like Duarte, whose output's quite crazy, is a lot of an ask, I think.
It's a lot to ask, and Duarte has been a beast. I mean, he's somewhat of a William Zepeda, but more muscular and throws less punches, but more powerful punches, in my opinion. He loads up. I mean, everything's really heavy with him. Excellent body punch. He's always coming at you. It's going to be a very difficult fight, but I don't think it goes past 3 rounds like you think.
Yeah, I mean, it's fireworks. Fireworks. Anything can happen there.
All right, let's remind you of what you got coming your way on Saturday. Ziad Al-Mayouth takes on Juan Garcia. Then we move to the super lightweight division. I think potentially fight of the night, this one. Oscar Duarte taking on former Olympic bronze medalist Bochazon Akhmedov. Oscar Collazo takes out knockout CP Freshmart, WBA, WBO, and ring minimum titles on the line. William Zepeda, the best fighter, I think, not to fight for a world title. That could change if he gets past Tevin Farmer. Former unified super lightweight champion Jose Ramirez takes on Arnold Barboza Jr. And then it's the battle of the cruiserweights, 2 of the best in the world. Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, the current WBA champion, takes on WBO champion Chris Billam-Smith. All right, go on then. Fight of the night. Fight of the night.
Duarte. Yeah.
You stole my one. That's too easy.
Yeah, but it is, though. Anyone who knows and anyone who's seen them knows that is fireworks instantly.
Fight of the night physically, but I think more intriguing is going to be Farmer versus Camarón Zepeda.
What is it with you? Do you think Farmer's definitely still got something there, don't you?
I don't know why nobody thinks that. I mean, he's defensively good. He's good on his feet. This is the last hurrah for him.
Is he too small?
I'm going to have to see him once they step into the ring. If
Yeah.
he's too small, we'll find out. But yeah, I think this is going to be the fight, the most intriguing fight stylistically.
What we do know is it's really going to be a fantastic fight, guys. You look at all the fights and there is intrigue in every single fight. And make sure you watch it. It is live and free on DAZN. You don't need a subscription to sign up for it because you don't want to miss this one. We'll see you all on Saturday night.
The odds are against you.
The odds are always against me.